Hello, it's Edith Silent Silverwolf of Love and Above, and I am here with this week's Oracle card guidance, and that is for the week commencing the 22nd of August 2022. And today I'm using completely different deck of cards, so this is going to go places, and it's a card deck called Galactic Heritage Cards. That's Galactic Heritage Cards. So here we go. It is something completely different, and it's something that I'm really into as well. So yes, I just thought I'm going to use every card deck that I have, and I've been holding back on some card decks because they are a little bit different and they are not your normal deck of cards. So this is just absolute pure indulgence on my case, because I love using card decks. So the first card is, so this is for Monday, Complete Surrender. That is Complete Surrender. Now here we're talking, I mean, it is galactic cards, and if you are into completely star beings, and star beings are just like, are on this, I was about to make a really bizarre comparison, but I'm going places. Angels are on a different, if you believe in angels and you believe that angels are around you, they are on a different dimension to us. We live in the third dimension. They're on a different dimensional level to us. And star beings are just another being that is on a different dimensions, but that may not be on the same dimension as angels. I have heard that it can go, that star beings can be anything from the 17th to the 22nd dimension. And so the Lyra, which is on this card, I will just show you again. At the bottom it says Lyra. And that is just a type of star being. Just like if I said to you healing angels, that's just a type of angel. That's all it is. So Lyra is a type of star being, a particular type of star being, and it's about, this particular card is about the future. So Monday is all about looking to your future and looking at complete surrender. It could be surrendering to illness. And when I say illness, I don't mean that in a bad way. That might be of, okay, I'm ill, let me take some time out to rest and recuperate, because that's what we need to do when we're ill. Sometimes, when we're a little bit ill, maybe just like a little bit of indigestion, a little bit under the weather, hey, if I just keep going, I will be fine. But I'm not going to pound it out at the gym. I might just take a gentle walk instead. There's that version of just doing a little bit less, but sometimes need complete surrender, such as if you have a bad cold or the flu, you're just like, do you know what? I'm just not going to try. I am just going to be ill, allow myself to just be ill, and and rest and get through this as quickly as possible. Because sometimes if we try and work through, do what we would do normally while we're ill, it sometimes makes us ill for longer, and then we do need to properly rest and recuperate afterwards. I've been struggling with that word recuperate for ages today. So have a look at so Monday, that could be a part of complete surrender. People who suffer from an addiction that are in a 12-step program, they completely understand the words complete surrender. Surrender that they are helpless against whatever their addiction is. And it's for them, it's part of the process of getting on top of their addiction. So when it says complete surrender, it can just mean complete surrender towards whatever it is that's going on in your life. Again, it doesn't need to be a negative thing. It can be a very positive thing, like resting and recuperating so you can get better. Right, let's have a look at Tuesday. And Tuesday we have got serious and long-term goals. Now, Sirius race is another type of star being, and Tuesday is all about looking at your long-term goals, particularly has something to do with your past. It might be something from your past helps you towards your long-term goals or pushes you that direction naturally anyway. It could be that something from your past, you know, a goal that you had in your past, all of a sudden you might have the opportunity to do that. When I was a child, young child, I'm talking about the age of 9, I believe, I had this great big dream that I wanted to play my double bass, which is a musical instrument, at the Royal Albert Hall. Now, when I was older, let's say older, in my 20s, I probably mid-range 20s, I sang. I did not play my double bass at the Royal Albert Hall. I sang at the Royal Albert Hall. I had this wonderful experience. I was part of a choir, and we were singing Verdi's Requiem. I had learned Verdi's Requiem with a choir in my early 20s, and this was a come and sing day, as it were. So you basically, one of these like come and sing days are you go there in the morning, you practice with all the other people during the day, and in the evening is the concert itself. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what we did. It's one of those things where I probably would not have been able to do it any other time, but I still managed to sing at the Royal Albert Hall. So I was in a really, so this is, for those people who don't know who's watching this, it is one of the major concert halls in London. And so that's a goal from my past that I managed to sort of hit. No, I didn't want to play it on the double bass, but I got to sing at the Royal Albert Hall, and for me that was just an amazing experience, completely amazing. So have a think about, maybe it's a goal from the past that maybe you are changing just slightly to be able to hit a goal now, to be able to do something that is along those lines. So Tuesday is all about not hitting necessarily, maybe it is hitting, but something from your past will help you or nudge you towards or learn something about your long-term goals. Let's take a look at Wednesday. Wow. Solar consciousness. And we're talking about the solar system as well. Solar consciousness. Now, this card is solar system is not a race, is not a star being race, it is just about the solar system. And it's parallel, so it's about what's going on now. It's not about the past or the future. So we're in the present, we're in the present consciousness, and it's about the solar consciousness. And so that basically means if you understand the universal energy, this is the equivalent. The universal energy is everywhere. It just means that you are going universal for this, instead of maybe just grabbing the energy for the universal energy that is around you. So Wednesday is all about feeling that universal energy. It's about being in the moment and feeling the universal energy. Maybe you need it yourself for healing. Maybe you need it to help heal others. Or maybe it is that you just sit there and you feel that energy. Maybe this is about some self-care and you're sitting there feeling that energy. That is what Wednesday is about. Let's take a look at Thursday. Okay. And we have got belief systems, Earth, and again, present. So belief systems. Thursday is all about your belief systems. Maybe, and Earth, as you can imagine, it's about being on Earth. This has not got anything to do with any of the star beings. And in the present again, so Thursday is about perhaps your belief systems will be challenged. Perhaps somebody will challenge you, or deliberately challenge you, or it might be an unintentional challenge. Maybe it is that you see what's going on, or a law has been changed and you think, do I actually agree with that or not? It might just spark something within you to think, what is really going on in my mind? What are my real thoughts around this? There's a very complicated situation going on in other countries. There's lots of controversial things going on in other countries at the moment, and there's a lot of people's belief systems are being shaken, and what is right for you may not be right for somebody else. And all kudos to people who change their minds when showing evidence, or maybe not even evidence or proof, but just change their minds because they believe something else, because they've stopped to think about it and thought, I'm not too sure I believe this anymore. My morals, my ethics are further towards something else. And it doesn't need to be an actual faith. It's just what you personally believe, what you personally stand up for, what you personally agree with. And that's all different for everybody. So just because your opinions are not the same as mine, it doesn't mean that either of us are wrong. It's just we're human and we have different opinions. That's all cool. Right, let's have a look at Friday. And we have got, this is going to be fun. It is all about desperation, and that is Zeta Reticuli. Now, I've never met Zeta Reticuli, so this could well be a star race. That's all cool. And Friday's all about desperation, and it's about your past. Something from your past, maybe thought system, maybe a belief system, maybe something that from your, maybe doesn't come back into your life. Like I say, it could just be thoughts, and it puts you into that state of desperation. Sometimes life happens to us and we have to live life on life's terms, whether we like it or not. And sometimes that can give us this, put us in a space of desperation, not intentionally. It can just be very unintentionally, the space of desperation. But it puts us into a space where we, and it's a lot of the time it's ourselves that create that desperation in our own minds. And perhaps this is a nudge of, hey, something from your past, maybe some thought patterns you've had from your past will come up, and they will come up and they will put you into a state of desperation. If that's where you are, you may need to look at what you do on Friday to remedy these thoughts. Saturday, let's take a look at Saturday. Completely different set of cards today. Kind of really enjoying it myself. I hope you are too. Saturday is natural humility, and that's the Lyra race, and that is the future. I believe that, we can all get into a space where we are naturally humble towards certain things. I know I am with feats of nature. When I say feats of nature, I mean huge feats of nature. I mean storms, thunderstorms. I mean, winds. I've never been in a tornado, or been around a tornado. I think the closest I ever got was living an hour away from a city that had a tornado, but that's it. I am totally staggered by the force of nature. I don't know if some people watching this may remember a tsunami that happened on Boxing Day. That was absolutely huge. That affected so many people, so many countries. There was so much devastation with it. And it's that sort of thing that naturally humbles me. The interesting thing about some the the interesting thing about that particular tsunami is that for 48 hours after that tsunami happened, the ripples of water hit every country around the world twice. So this tsunami hit my country in the UK, but it was nothing like what it was at the epicenter. And when I say it hit my country, it may have hit us at about 1 centimetre of water. So not very big at all, because you can see that sort of size on your screen right now with my fingers. And so it wouldn't have been that huge of a deal, and I know it wasn't that huge of a deal physically in my country, but where the epicenter was. But this is, so the knock-on effect happened throughout the world. Mount Everest, randomly, it grows by, I can't remember the exact amount, it's something like about 10 centimetres every year, or it's about or sometimes it can be as much as a metre every year, because again it's on tectonic plates. And there was around about in Pakistan a couple of years ago, there was an earthquake, and this earthquake, because Pakistan, it was near the Mount Everest itself, it actually made Mount Everest grow by 10 metres that year because of that earthquake. And again, it's all about tectonic plates hitting each other. Other things like volcanoes erupting, again, I've never been affected by a volcanic eruption, but things that I have seen, such as, I'm in complete wonderment with this, that a couple of years ago, I always say a couple of years, but it's more like 5 years ago for this particular one, a volcano erupted, and I want to say it's something like West America. And what a lot of people think is that when a volcano erupts, it erupts in one day, but the eruptions and the rumblings can start, it can go over a full month, even more. Mount Etna gives out smoke rings, but it has some rumbles sometimes as well. And there's different types of volcanic eruptions as well. And what I can, in this particular volcano, it was erupting over a number of days, and at one point it started to rain crystals, little green crystals from the sky. They were quite small, but it happened within a particular area and around the volcano. And again, for me, I'm so naturally humbled by this sort of this sort of feat of nature. It's huge. It can have devastating effects, but this is what naturally humbles me. So getting back to the card, Saturday is all about the future, and it's actually being naturally humble about what is going on. Let's look at Sunday. That card went places. And we have got, I've got to struggle to say this one. Not the first bit. Leaving home. We're looking at parallel, and it is Esasani. Esasani. I hope that's how we pronounce it. And it's about leaving home. Now, if you are a student and you're watching this, first of all, welcome. Secondly, this might genuinely be about leaving home to live elsewhere. If you're about to move house, again, leaving home. This is a natural, your thoughts on Sunday will be towards leaving home, doing something to help yourself leave home. But perhaps it is not anything as drastic as a move. Perhaps you are leaving a spiritual home. And when I say a spiritual home, maybe it's so for example, my exercise teacher is about to go on maternity leave. because she is heavily pregnant. And so my exercise home at the moment is changing. We are putting in, or we have put in, a gym in my shed, particularly because of this. And so it's leaving my exercise home temporarily to exercise elsewhere while she gives birth and starts her extended family. And so think about maybe that there is a movement going on in your life. Maybe with me it's an exercise class, maybe it's a spiritual home, maybe it is just moving things around in your home that you feel like, am I leaving my home right now? It's changing. So that's what the focus will be on Sunday. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. I put up 4 to 5 videos a week, and if you click the little bell icon, you will be notified as soon as those videos get up. And as ever, keep rocking your awesomeness.